All frucked up, day 30. It's the evening video. Couple of things that are top of mind. You know, here at this house that was my parents' that I grew up in, and I'm now settling my mother's estate. I run across interesting things in the pantry sometimes because I still haven't cleaned everything out. Tonight, I was looking at this can of pumpkin. So, the last time I paid attention to anyone with a can of pumpkin, it was a friend of mine that was trying to alleviate some digestive trouble that his canine was having. So he was feeding his dog pumpkin, apparently at the recommendation of his veterinarian. But I was looking at the nutrition label, and it's like, that's interesting. 3.5 servings in the can, less than 160 calories for the entire can, 1.75 grams of fat, 24.5 grams of net carbs, thanks to 10.5 grams of fiber, and 3.5 grams of protein. So the macros are interesting on that pumpkin. Now, I'm not trying to do anything that isn't just sucrose, because at this point, with all of my weight loss and weight gain and weight loss and weight gain, I need to focus on adherence. Strict focus on sucrose. All the myriad ways that we can get sucrose into our bodies, I need to be focused on that because I'm trying to drive the scale down. But it is interesting that we could have another dietary choice with canned pumpkin because, you know, the macros aren't terrible. Low fat, decent carbohydrate load, not terrible amounts of protein, 3.5 grams for the can. The other thing, because anyone that's watched these videos knows that these are kind of stream of consciousness, was an experience I had with polenta. That was before I ever started this channel. Now, polenta is, as I understand it, a cornmeal mush. And, you know, like 3/4 of a cup cooked in water, you're getting about 80 calories. Again, we're not calorie counting here. But what's interesting is it's virtually zero fat. Depending on which nutrition label I looked at online, it's anywhere from 0 grams of fat to less than 1 gram of fat. About 17 grams of carbs. Again, there was some small variation depending on which nutrition label I looked at. Some said 14, some said 17 grams of net carbs. They were consistent with the 1 gram of fiber per 3/4 cup cooked serving in water, and then 2 grams of protein. Well, I mention that not because the people that are like really obese or overweight need to be having polenta, but for the folks that are like leaner or shredded, it could be a good thing for them to have. The macros, again, kind of fit the diet. But the most important thing, and this was my experience, polenta really gets things moving in the bowel department. And I don't mean like uncontrollable, you've got to rush to the bathroom. It's more of a, I probably need to go to the restroom now. And it's a lot of bulk and it moves along well and it cleans everything out. That was my experience. Like, you're clean after that. It's all gone. So, again, it's cornmeal, right? So it's not sucrose. We're back to starches, and that's not ideal for people that are trying to drop fat. But if you're having bowel issues and you'd like to have better motility, the polenta seems to move things right along. I know some people have bowel motility issues. There's even a class of drugs called prokinetics that stimulate the migratory motor complex. I think I said that right. That move things along in the bowel. So the migratory motor complex. And maybe you don't need prokinetics. Maybe you just need a big bowl of polenta. Any case, today was a day of strict adherence to the plan. In my earlier video for the evening weigh-in, I did forget to name the 2 other servings of food that I had. I had 2, I guess you'd call it doses, of raw, unfiltered Midwestern honey. So, yeah, the 2 unbonded monosaccharides of glucose and fructose in the honey hit the spot. And then, of course, I cleaned up my teeth afterwards because of the bee's digestive enzymes. So, I think that pretty much wraps up this video. Yeah. Yeah, we'll call it good there. Anyway, hope you had a fantastic day and a good evening. Great evening. See ya.